There are rumors of the Pittsburgh Steelers being in very early trade talks with the New Orleans Saints about Chris Olave, the Saints' former first-round wide receiver. Well, he is a first-round wide receiver from just a couple seasons ago. And let's just talk about Chris Olave as a player. Good athlete, speedster, one of the top picks of his class, one of the better picks at the, better players at his position in the class. Saints really needed a wide receiver. Olave comes out, really no solid quarterback play within his first years in the NFL. In his first 2 years, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. He looks like a deep threat. He looks like a guy that can get into the end zone. He looks like a player that is really going to be valuable for this team. And then the concussions happen. And the concussions were really concerning because we saw Chris Olave, what looked to be, get knocked out cold on more than one occasion. And the Saints and their fans and the front office and the team had to deal with that sight and wonder if he would ever be able to get back to, 100%. And the Saints have shown all indications that they do not want to move on from Chris Olave, but because they picked up his fifth-year option, which I respect. I would love to keep Olave because I think he is a valuable asset to this offense. And again, the Saints have not shown any indications that they want to move off of him. But here's where it comes down to being very tricky for the New Orleans Saints, entertaining the idea of trading Chris Olave. Chris Olave's already got 3-4 concussions on record in his NFL career. We're not even talking about college. He is a little, he is a little skinny. He does have some durability issues, as we just talked about there. You picked up his fifth-year option. With his fifth-year option being picked up, that means he's in a contract year. So after the 2025-2026 NFL season, Chris Olave is going to be looking for wide receiver one NFL type money. And when you start to look at wide receiver one money in the NFL, it gets up there. I mean, I don't think he's going to ask for $40 million a year or $35 a year or 34 or 32 with, DK and CD and Jamar and Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown. But if Chris Olave comes out and wants something to the tune of $25 to $27 million a year, I don't think the New Orleans Saints are in a position to do that, to invest what would be really a bad contract because the player is not durable. And again, when you look to have something tradable, you're also trading for the contract. How has the player performed? The Saints, who are financially irresponsible with the salary cap, would then be up to be paying a 2026 NFL wide receiver market value to Chris Olave, which I don't believe is very productive. Chris Olave, much like Marshawn Lattimore last year, is one of the few, if not only, it makes sense tradable contracts on this roster. And if someone comes in and offers you two second-round picks for Chris Olave, a second and a third, a first and some, I mean, if they just say a first, done. If they just say a first, take it. I don't believe the Saints would get a first-round deal, but it's a double-edged sword. It's a catch-22 with Chris Olave for a receiver that's going to be commanding wide receiver one money next year because you picked up his option and he's going to be wanting to get paid, and rightfully so. He's young. You only get one, maybe two contracts in the NFL, depending on your career. The Saints need everything that they can get draft picks-wise. There's great players coming in next year's draft. You could use some of those picks as other compensation for trades, maybe at the trade deadline. Because outside of Olave and Kamara and Cam Jordan and Demario Davis, and maybe if you want to throw, Tyrann Mathieu in there. Yeah, I'm going to take that back. You got Brucey, you got Granderson, but there's not a lot of offensive firepower. And if Olave can be a domino piece or a pivotal piece to get traded to bring in more firepower to double up on what you maybe did or didn't have with Olave, I think the Saints have to take that call. It's nothing personal against Olave. It's strictly business. Right place, wrong time. Right place, right time. Wrong place, wrong time. I don't know whichever way you want to look at it. I know Olave probably wants to be a Saint. I would love for Chris Olave to stay a New Orleans Saint. I really would, because, again, I believe he could be a pivotal part to this team. But if someone is offering a trade that benefits you and gets you out of paying an injury-prone player that will probably not want to be traded for if his ways don't change for durability, You have to take that deal.
Hey, it's AJL here. Appreciate you sticking to the end of the video here on YouTube. You could have chose any other show, but you chose my video, and for that, I'm very grateful. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media. Hit the bell on the channel so you never miss a post. Check me out on all social media platforms. Right here, you'll find a chance to subscribe to the show, a related video, and a playlist. See you guys in the next one.